I'm happy to be here. Happiness is not purchasable with money. I know that we ought to be happier than the happiest person on earth today. We ought to be healthier than the healthiest person on earth today. And yet, we ought to be smarter than the smartest person on earth today. The gift of happiness is not purchasable with money. The path is through meditation, in which you can achieve freedom and get release from the burden of material pursuit. Practical self-healing from sickness, poverty, negative vibration, and suffering. My mission in this life is to confront evil. My job is to point a pervading light. We believe in one misconception and another. The needs and wants of man are steadily increasing by day. The scourge of daily unrest, the more he has, the more he wants. We are not born into this world to accumulate material wealth. What a waste of precious time and effort. There are better ways to do this, brethren. Practical self-healing from sickness, poverty, negative vibration, and suffering is the purpose of this call. Learn how to unlock negative childhood beliefs and curses holding you back from finding joy while living your dreams and visions. Enter into your own consciousness.
Meditation saved my life. Breaking the horse gave me strength and made my bone strong. Ashin is one of the most effective ways to keep your heart strong. Find peace, love, joy, happiness, abundant life, stability, and everything you ever desire in life. My soul.
So you don't have to hold on to this and say because you are a Christian you read the Bible, or because a Christian should read the Bible, or what. When you believe and practice what is written in the Bible, even if you read it in some other books, even if you read it telepathically, even if you study it somehow, but if it is in alignment with the Word of God, you are an apostle, you are a minister, you are an evangelist. There are so many apostles and evangelists out there who are not Christians. I have so many friends who are enlightened, who are conscious, who are awakened, who have never been Christians their entire life. They don't even know how Christianity looks like. But they live the life that when I study their lives, it matches what the Bible says. It matches what the Quran says. It matches what the Bhagavad Gita says. Those are Christians to me. They are the children of God. They don't have evil in their hearts. Because a child of God will not buy evil. You may have it, but you have control over it. Brethren, the Bible tells us here in the book of Ephesians chapter 4, from verse 1 to 25, that we should eschew evil. We should learn to be truthful and not to be corrupt. This is not about Christianity. This is not about Islam. This is not about Judaism. This is not about Buddhism. This is about not being corrupt. The Bible didn't say only Christians. It said we should avoid corruption, corrupt communication, corrupt mindset, corrupt thinking, corrupt attitude, corrupt way of life. If you can deal with that, you are a Christian. You are the follower of Jesus Christ. If you are a Muslim and you did all of these things, you are a Christian. You are a child of God. Because that's what Jesus Christ wanted us to do. He didn't say we should go out there and be killing anybody. He didn't kill anyone. He didn't say we should go out there and be corrupt. He didn't corrupt anyone. He didn't say we should go out there and begin to exploit others, enslave others. He did not enslave any human. If you do all of that, you are a Christian. A Christian who goes to war is not a Christian. A Muslim who goes to war is not a Christian. A Buddhist who goes to war is not a Christian. He may be a Buddhist. A Christian will not go to war because Jesus did not go to war. A Christian means a follower of Jesus Christ. Jesus said, he used the principles of karma. When somebody spanks you, turn the other side and give to the person. He didn't say you should go to war. He never went to war. When the apostles, the disciples came to him because of taxes, say Caesar was asking of taxes, he told them, don't oppose Caesar. Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and give to God what belongs to God. When they did not have, he said they should cast the hook into the sea. And when they caught a fish, there was a coin. He said, take it, go pay your taxes. Jesus never wanted to break the rule. As you see me, if I break any law in America, maybe I may do it unconsciously. If I'm conscious, I'm not going to do it. Because it's the law of the country. It's the country's law. You have to respect it. But at the same time, you don't have to compromise who you are. You don't have to compromise your faith, your belief system, who you are as a person, your love, your humanity. You don't have to. You see why these Israelites, they call themselves the fake Israelites, they are compromising their lives because they were fooled. And they put them in a situation. And I can guarantee you today, maybe today, mark this date of today, 10 years down the line, the fake Jews will not be existing anymore. That Israel which is there will not be there. They will be outed out of that place. They will have to leave. I'm not going to go do it, but that is what is going to happen. It's a prediction. They have a problem. So, is it their fault? The answer is those that are fighting don't understand what's going on. Those that are institutionalizing the wars, they understand what's going on. So you see, our brethren are being hurt. And imagine a situation where, when things arrive a point where they will have to look for other places to feed themselves. That's another problem around the world we will be facing. How to accommodate them. How are we going to accommodate these people that have been disenfranchised, confused, lied to? And when DNA will prove that they don't belong there and they need to readjust themselves. Look at what we put humans through. Look at what we create in the lives of our own brothers and sisters. Look at the type of things we create and put humans through. When these fake Jews who want now to feed themselves in society, where are they going to feed themselves? We created it for them. The Bible tells us to tell the truth. The real Jews were black people. This Bible is a history, culture, tradition of black people. It's not about the white Jews that we see today. We have to tell them the truth. Let them begin to make adjustments. It's not to discriminate against them. It's a reality that is going to dawn on each and every one of us in the world. Just like we said, Jesus Christ was white. It's a major problem. Those wars in Israel needs to be fixed. And then those people there need to be assisted to be reintegrated in societies. That's what we have to be thinking right now instead of thinking of maintaining wars. Because those wars will come to end and then we will still come back to do what I'm recommending right now. They have to be reintegrated. The better we start it now, we stop the wars and begin the reintegration, or we fight the wars and after the wars they will still have to be reintegrated. It's a reality on the ground. You can't escape. Because the occupants of Gaza Strip, the occupants of the Palestinian land, those that are massacring the Palestinians, they are not Jews. They were never Jews. They will never be Jews. They cannot be Jews because their skin color is already a problem to them. So we have to figure out how to start integrating them, reintegrating them into our societies so that they will also not be massacred or identified and then killed like Hitler did. It's not their making. We put them in that situation. We must get them out of that situation. It's a problem we have to start thinking of fixing right now. They are there committing sins and they are piling up karmas. We need to start figuring out how to stop it so that more karma is not created. Now let's go and begin to look and enjoy this journey into the black Jews. Who are they? Who are the real Jews? How could we defend the claim that the blacks were the Jews? Let's turn our Bibles to the book of 1 Samuel. Sammy. 1 Samuel. Where are you, Sammy? Let's look at 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 12. And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy and withal of a beautiful countenance and goodly to look to. And the Lord said, arise and anoint him, for this is he. He was talking about King David. God said he was ruddy and good looking. It's beautiful. Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren, and the Spirit of the Lord came upon David from that day forward. So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah. But the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him. And Saul's servant said unto him, Behold, thou an evil spirit from God troubleth thee. What does it mean? When the Bible described, when God described King David as rude. You know, when you look in those days in the people of Israel, they were most of them one color. They were black. The whole community were black people. But they also had light-skinned people too. And they were very few. And you will understand this if you are a white person, is when you travel out of this place and you go to a place like Africa where it's a black continent. You go to a place like Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, where it's dominated by black people. When you are white, you realize everybody knows you are white. It's like me in Mendocino. Everywhere I go, everybody knows me. Because my black skin is different from most people. Everyone is white. Very few black people are here. So in those days, light people could easily be identified among the black people. And so when God saw, when he wanted to anoint David the king, he said he was ruddy. Ruddy means red. That's European English or something. I'm not an expert, but ruddy actually means red. And that red means light skin, according to the Bible. And the best way to explain it, I will use my dialect. In my dialect, we call white people Abangatizo. Abangatizo actually simply means red without being robbed. So when in those days they called you red, they are simply saying you were white or you had light skin. Abangatizo means you are light without being robbed. So God was actually saying that David was light, a light skin colored person in the midst of black people. If Israelites were white people, there would be no reason why God would be saying David was light in color. It wouldn't make any sense. So this is what the writers of this Bible, this is what King James just left out. He forgot to, and the Queen of England needs to fix this. Please, can you fix that? Queen, you left out something that just messed everything up. Your dad wrote this Bible, edited what he could, put what he could, took what could make a black man look black and stupid, but he still left clues inside. God will not be describing a light person in the midst of light people as light. If God was to anoint me in this country a king over people in Mendocino, he would describe me because my skin color is different from most of people in Mendocino. He would call me a dark-skinned person. True or false? So God said David was ruddy. He was red in skin. And as I explained, red in skin means light in skin. In my tribe, we call white people Abangatizo, which means red without being robbed. Red. That's one thing that makes you need to understand that the Jews could not be light-skinned people in the first place. When you go to Africa right now, you go to my town, you will realize you have people of different tints. My grandmother was light in complexion. Just in our family, you have people that are very light, chocolate, and very dark. From my mother's womb, some of us are light, some are chocolate, and some are dark. And my mother didn't play hanky-panky. So she didn't, because we are the children of my father. So you will find people in Africa that have very light tan and very dark skin. But those that are light are minority. So when they are somewhere, they could easily be identified. And that's what happened in the old when God was describing King David. But what is even interesting is the child of King David. We will see, even though King David was light in complexion, his child was as dark as black itself. And that's what we'll be looking into.
Happiness is not purchasable with money. I know that we ought to be happier than the happiest person on earth today. We ought to be healthier than the healthiest person on earth today. And yes, we ought to be smarter than the smartest person on earth today. The gift of happiness is not purchasable with money. The path is through meditation, in which you can achieve freedom and get release from the burden of material pursuit. Practical self-healing from sickness, poverty, negative vibration, and suffering. My mission in this life is to confront evil. My job is to point a pervading light. We believe in one misconception and another. The needs and wants of man are steadily increasing by day. The scourge of daily unrest. The more he has, the more he wants. We are not born into this world to accumulate material wealth. What a waste of precious time and effort. There are better ways to do this, brethren. Practical self-healing from sickness, poverty, negative vibration, and suffering is the purpose of this call. Learn how to unlock negative childhood beliefs and curses holding you back from finding joy while living your dreams and visions. Enter into your own consciousness.
Meditation saved my life. Breaking the horse gave me strength and made my bone strong. Ashin is one of the most effective ways to keep your heart strong. Find peace, love, joy, happiness, abundant life, stability, and everything you ever desire in life. My soul and I has prepared a special package for you.
Let me drink some water. I deserve it. Oh boy. This is good. Heck. King David had a child. A fascinating, interesting child. If you can turn your Bible with me to the book of the Songs of Solomon. It's been long I haven't read this Bible. Let me search for the Songs of Solomon. God. Go to the Songs of Solomon chapter, 1. When you look in the Songs of Solomon chapter 1, this is one of the most amazing things that no one can even dispute in a minute. King Solomon was the son of King David. When King David died, Solomon took the throne. And Solomon was very handsome. And women loved him, and that's why he ended up having so many women. And it brought him a lot of headache. And Here is how Solomon described himself in the Bible. We are reading from the Songs of Solomon, chapter 1. It's written by the queen's father. He commissioned that they should write this Bible, and they wrote it. And let's read it and see what it said. The Songs of Solomon, chapter 1. Let's read from verse 5. I am black, but comely, ye daughters of Jerusalem. That's King Solomon. King Solomon, the wisest king in Bethlehem. King Solomon, the wisest king in Bethlehem. King Solomon, the wisest king in Bethlehem. Women loved him, and he loved them too. He had gold, he had diamond, he had everything, and he had so many women. He had wealth. And here is how King Solomon described himself. I am black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tent of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me, because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me, and made me the keeper of their vineyard. But my own vineyard have I not kept. This is a descendant from one of the tribes, the 12 tribes of Israel, describing himself, brethren. I did not fake this. It's a word for word description of King Solomon, of himself, accepted and written down by the King James, the great-great-great-grandfather of the present Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth. I am here just to establish a fact that King Solomon was not a white person, that King David wasn't a white person, and that the great-great-grandfather of the present Queen of England concurs with me by establishing it and writing it down, that what King Solomon said is true, that he is black and not white. So I believe that today we put to rest the issue about the true Jews and those who call themselves the Jews of today. Because if the great-great-grandfather of the Queen of England concurs with me about the origins of the Jews and who the Jews are, who am I to reject it? And who is the queen to reject it? And who is the leader of the world in any part of the world to reject that? Can we now establish today that the true Jews are black people? And that King David is a descendant from the 12 tribes of Israel? And that King Solomon is a son of David. And even though David was light in complexion, he had a son who was very dark in complexion. And that son has established in a book that is very authoritative around the world and used by millions of people and billions of people, that is also accepted by the white people, that is also accepted by the Queen of England, by his great-great-great-grandfather, and established that King Solomon himself described himself as I can describe myself right now, that he is black but calmly, black as skater. We established that. Once that is established, then we can move forward to begin to deal with the issue of Israel, because it will be now easy to handle that particular situation right now. It means the fight that is taking place in Israel now is irrelevant, because those who are fighting have no right to be fighting again. And that the world should now understand that the fight in Israel is uncalled for, is unacceptable for both those that are occupying the land and those that they own the land, because they are not those that are supposed to be fighting on that land right now. Can the world now agree with me that something is wrong and needs to be fixed, and that we cannot let Palestinians try to fix it by themselves? We cannot let those that have occupied the land to fix it by themselves, because they can't, because they will be scared of where they will go from there. Can we now establish today that all the fights since 1946 or 47 can now be very clearly understood, that those that are going there to fight, they don't have a right to be there, but we have to figure out how to reintegrate them into society so that they have places and live normal lives, their children, and so that the true occupants of the land will stay on their land and have peace, so that the world will finally put this behind them. If we do not do this, then those fighting and those supporting them should now explain to us why there should be a fight in Israel today. And if America still wants to support them, then they should tell us why they will support them, when they know those ones fighting there are not the right people we should be supporting. Can we establish something and work with to help Israel find peace? I want us to look at verse 6. Look not upon me because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards, but my own vineyard have I not kept. They enslaved him. He was their brother. This is King Solomon, the wisest and the richest in that land. When he was a youth, his own brothers enslaved him because of his skin color. He was black. Daddy is light, you come out black. You know, I don't have my children. My own sister, my own white sister, took away my children because of my skin color. Yeah, my ex-wife took my children. She is racist, white supremacist. She works with her own kind The same thing happened to David. Enslaved him. And he said, his brother, my own brothers enslaved me. My own brothers from my own mother's womb. Go to Israel and see what those Israelites are doing to, those who call themselves Israelites are doing to black Israelites, to the real Jews. Go to Israel and see what the occupants are doing to the real Jews. Go there. Go to Israel today and see what is happening to black Jews. Why? Why, my people? You Americans, you are watching. I'm watching. You know, I don't talk a lot about this Jewish stuff because it's too sensitive. I just decided to talk about it because I understand it. I come from Africa. I come from a royal family. I was raised by people who know African tradition, who know this Bible in and out. Know it in African way, not the white man's way. The culture, the tradition. I was built in it. It's in this system. It's in my fabric. I don't need this Bible to practice it. I know what is in here in another way. I can teach this in any university around the world without looking at it. I'm a walking African tradition. You enslave black people, your own brothers, because of their dark skin. You are jealous of them because of their calling. And then you take away your own opportunities that you're supposed to be exploring and having life with. Why are you doing it? For God's sake. We have put a lot of Kazakhs into serious problems in the Middle East now. We move them there to fight fights that they don't need to be fighting. Eastern Europeans, we are now put them in a situation. Those wars happening there are supposed not to be happening, brethren. We have to go stop it. We have to stop it. We have to stop it. They are enslaving black people there. The real Jews. And if you want to doubt that, we can still go again and look at something in the book of Amos. In the book of Amos, the Bible even talk again deeper about Jews. God talked, he spoke. And again, the King James is in accord with this again. Turn to the book of Amos and see something, brethren. Turn to Amos. Amos chapter 7. No, 9, 7 to 10. See what it says. Look at what the King James concord with concerning black people, concerning the Jews again. You the Jews, you need to leave that place very fast. And Queen of England, you need to save yourself from the messes because this is your father's job. You inherited. You have to fix it and stop lying. Your father endorsed this. I'm not reading it out of space. You've messed around with the lives of so many people. It's time. You have to stop the wars in Israel. Stop the killing of the Palestinians. Stop the destruction of the Eastern Europeans who are there right now. It has to stop because your lies are spreading all over the world. And it's causing instability in our world. And the people of the world, humans, this is not a Palestinian fight. This is not an Israeli fight. It's your fight. If your voice rises, the guns will go down. The bombs will lie down. The drones will lie down. The leaders will quiet. Die down. Their voices, their angers and what they are doing will stop. That's the meaning. Listen to what the King James endorsed concerning the Jews. Are ye not as children of Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel, said the Lord? Have not I brought up Israel out of the land of Egypt, and the Philistines from the captors, and the Syrians from Tyre? Behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord. Did you get that, Queen? Listen to this again. Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel, said the Lord? Have not I brought up Israel out of the land of Egypt, and the Philistines from Scepter, from Captor, and the Syrians from Kir? Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from the earth, from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord. Brethren, I want to tell you something. God is reminding Israelites that they are just like the Ethiopians, his people. Are you not like the Ethiopians? Who are Ethiopians? They are black people. They are on the other side of the borders of the continent. He said, I took you, I added you to my people. I chose you. Are you not like the Ethiopians? Israelites were never Europeans. The name Israel applies to all his descendants. It derives from Hebrews word Yasha Ahir, Israel, Yasha Ahir, which means the Prince of Power. Israel means the Prince of Powers. The children of Israel is the name given to Jacob, his 11 sons. They were called the children of Israel. And the children of Israel were Reuben, Simon, Judah, Zebulun, Issachar, Dan, Gad, Asher, Naphtali, Benjamin, and Levi. And Joseph. We should understand that God had promised Abraham that his children would spread and fill the earth. We should also understand where the confusion came from. It's when the wife of Abraham could not give birth to a child, fulfilling the promise of God to him. When God told Abraham that he was going to give him a son, and that his seed was going to spread upon the earth like sand on the seashore. Sarah, the wife of Abraham, waited for a child. You know, women are just, they love, they fantasize and keep waiting. Sarah kept waiting. The child was not coming. She was not getting pregnant. Went on and on and on and on. And at a certain point, she wanted to play the role of God. She told Abraham, say, you know, since I can have a child, my womb is sealed, my womb is barren. I think we should figure out a way to fulfill the will of God, the promise of God. And that's our problem, and that's the problem of the present Israel. And that's what we're going to take to conclude this show, this devotion. The problem of the present Israel is they want to fulfill the will of God for God. The promise of God on Israel, those that are there fighting, they want to fulfill. Just the same way that Sarah wanted to fulfill the promise of God. For God. When Sarah waited and waited and waited and waited, and the child was not coming, she turned and told her husband, you know, maybe as we can have children, just to fulfill the will of God, go to bed with your maidservant and bear a child for me, and that child will become my child and will be the child that God promised. You know, a man is weak. We men, I come from Manco, and according to our old tradition, we listen to women. My father had 7 wives before he died. My mother, I think she encouraged some of it, because at times a Manco woman would be lonely and say, I am lonely, go get another woman. I want Mbanya. Mbanya means a companion. We call it Mbanya. Say, go get me Mbanya so that she can help me at home. And encourage a man to go get a second wife. Here, polygamy is a taboo. Where I come from, it's not. The women can even send the man and say, hey, go get me Mbanya, you are too much for me alone. Yeah. Because a Manco man is a real fire. When you marry a black man, you're not marrying a joke. He's there to do the job. He's there to maintain stability. A woman is a chaotic entity, needs to be constantly cooled down. And a black man is good at that. So at times when a black man is too much, the woman will say, go get another one. You are too much for me alone. That's what we are. You can't take that away from a black person. You see our culture, how it's spilling into this idea. So it wasn't a problem with Sarah to tell the husband to go lay down with another woman, or even marry the maidservant. That's how Manco tradition is. Our culture is just what the Bible is when you begin to look at it very carefully. Abraham did exactly what the wife had told him. He slept with Hagar, the maidservant, who was an Ethiopian woman with a darker tint. Hagar gave birth to a child called Ishmael. Ishmael grew up running wild, very strong. He's the first son of Abraham. But according to my tradition, when you have a child out of wedlock, it's called a bastard. It's a taboo. That child can never inherit anything from our culture. That child, the father can give that child stuff to go away. That child doesn't deserve to inherit anything. That's my tradition. That is the Jewish tradition. My father has children that he got with women out of wedlock, like one of my brothers. What my father did was settle him and say, you are not part of, you don't belong, you don't own any of my estate. You have yours, I give you land, I give you everything. Go. And that's what happened. So when Haggai gave birth to Ishmael, all of a sudden, Sarah was pregnant. And when Sarah was pregnant, there was a problem. But the problem even stemmed before Sarah was pregnant, because when Haggai got a child and Sarah had no child, Haggai began to mock at Sarah. And Sarah became grieved. And when Sarah became grieved, she became pregnant. When she became pregnant, she gave birth to a child. I think that, so now there are two children. I give you this, take your child and go. He said, but God will be with you. And he told her, your child was going to have seeds, was going to fill the earth. He's going to have children like the grain of sand along the seashores too. The Arabs are the descendants of Ishmael, our brother. The Arabs are the brothers of black people. The Palestinians are the brothers of black people. They are the descendants of Ishmael that went away. And God said he was going to be wild. He was going to be in the wilderness. He was going to fight for his survival. He is going to be a fighter, a warrior. And that's why Arabs are warriors. They are fighters. It's in their nature. It's in their blood. You cannot beat them. Abraham now continued to raise his family, raise Jacob. And Jacob rose up and had 12 children. That became the 12 tribes of Israel, and ended up spreading around the world. Brethren, I have given to you a concise story about the Jews, about the Israelites, about who they are, where they came from, and that those that are there, they have got nothing to do with Jews, they have got nothing to do with Israel. They are just victims of a situation that have been coerced and sent to go and begin to fight. The idea is we need to fix this. We need to get this situation situated so that there will be no fight between those that are occupying the land and the Palestinians, and to see how we can reintegrate Palestinians back into the land and help those that are there to reintegrate themselves into the world. This confusion is not helping any human being. There is massacre going on, there is killing. And we humans, all of us, this is our business to fix. This spills again back to United States about slavery, about black criminalization. It's the same situation, manipulation. We need to put all of this together and fix this. Because if we keep going this way, it is not good for anybody. Americans, Israelites, blacks, whites, colors, everyone. And I'm calling on good American people. All of us need to fix this country for us and fix the world. The world relies on us. We have to understand that this world, they look up upon us. We cannot be messing around. Let's help our leaders make the right decisions, that will make us proud, that will make our world safe, and put those that are trying to cause confusion, put them at base. You've been listening to my Soul and I devotion, and I hope you're going back to bed, you're going home holding something that you can work with to make our world a better place. Be human. It's important. I decree a good thing upon your life, and that your days be blessed. See you next week.
Ashin.
Happiness is not purchasable with money. I know that we ought to be happier than the happiest person on earth today. We ought to be healthier than the healthiest person on earth today. And yet, we ought to be smarter than the smartest person on earth today. The gift of happiness is not purchasable with money. The path is through meditation, in which you can achieve freedom and get release from the burden of material pursuit. Practical self-healing from sickness, poverty, negative vibration, and suffering. My mission in this life is to confront evil. My job is to point a pervading light. We believe in one misconception and another.
Ashin.
The needs and wants of man are steadily increasing by day. The scourge of daily unrest. The more he has, the more he wants. We are not born into this world to accumulate material wealth. What a waste of precious time and effort. There are better ways to do this, brethren. Practical self-healing from sickness, poverty, negative vibration, and suffering is the purpose of this call. Learn how to unlock negative childhood beliefs and curses holding you back from finding joy while living your dreams and visions. Enter into your own consciousness.
Meditation saved my life. Ashin, breaking the horse, gave me strength and made my bone strong. Ashin is one of the most effective ways to keep your heart strong. Find peace, love, joy, happiness, abundant life, stability, and everything you ever desire in life. My soul and I has prepared a special package for you.